Mike Welch coming to you from a sunny and balmy Churchill Downs. And for those of you who have been following the workout videos the past week and a half, you could see a distinct change in wardrobe today. The California contingent that came in Monday obviously brought the warmer temperatures with them, as things certainly have warmed up here over the last couple of days. This morning, certainly, and things warmed up this morning out on the racetrack as well. Just about all the Derby and Oaks horses out there to train this morning. And again, all eyes on Justify and Bolt D'Oro, the two main players from California, and maybe the two main players in this year's Derby. And a distinct difference from the two of them from what I saw this morning. Justify, the #1 star of the show, just a perfect morning for him. Visited the starting gate, turned in a 1.5-mile gallop, full of energy but reserved, well reserved, but looked like ready to explode at any moment. It was a little handful to pull up again, but I thought he looked terrific out there today. And for those looking to find a chink in the armor, trying to beat Justify, and I'm one of them, I got to admit. I'm not going to take the short price on the favorite, but hard to find one out there today. Bolt D'Oro followed a similar regime a couple of minutes later, went to the gate first and then galloped about 1.5 miles. But he really took a long while, I thought, to warm up into a smooth-looking stride. He actually bobbled a little bit, changing leads, coming by the wire the second time. Though I don't have a frame of reference. I haven't seen him gallop before. From what my colleague Jay Pribman says, he usually goes to the training track at Santa Anita to warm up a mile before he comes to the main track to gallop. So that just may be him. There are some horses that are just like that. We've talked about Audible here this week too. Not the smoothest goer in the morning, but certainly runs his eyeballs out in the afternoon. So we'll keep an eye on Bolt D'Oro. We'll see if he gets a little bit smoother on Thursday. The other Bob Baffert horse, Salamini, again gate and then gallop, but he didn't gallop as far as Justify. He only went about 1 mile, pulled up a little bit sooner than I had expected. He's also kind of a goofy horse in the morning, throws his head around, has his head up in the air, but again, Jay Pribman says that's normal for him too, so not going to catch your eye really when he goes in the morning, but if that's what they do, that's what they do, and you just take it for what they're worth. Also, in still regard, got to do a little more today, and he too, like Bolt D'Oro, I thought took a little bit longer to warm up out of the way he was going earlier in the gallop. The Todd Pletcher contingent, Vino Rosso, was the first one out, and we've talked about his high energy level here of late. He was a lot more subdued this morning, and trainer Todd Pletcher, I heard later, kind of thought the weather was part of that, the warmer weather responsible for a lot of the horses here not being quite as on their toes as they were in the cooler, windier temperatures earlier in the week. Noble Indy, I noticed this morning, galloped in blinkers for the first time today. The only other time I'd seen him in blinkers this week was when he worked on Friday. But again, an explanation for that as well. Todd was taking him to the starting gate, and he wanted to school him in the blinkers he will be wearing when he runs here on Saturday. #2 star this morning for me was Hofberg. Another great morning for Hofberg. He was actually shadowed for part of his gallop by Flame Away, both of them going at a 2-minute clip. Flame Away actually, and you might see Flame Away actually in behind me here schooling right now. Flame Away eased to the inside as they passed the wire and actually went past Hofberg, but again, I can't say enough about how good Hofberg has looked here this week, and his stock keeps rising and rising. I think his price is going to go down and down as we keep talking about how well he's done, and people get to watch him during the morning sessions here, the workout sessions televised on twinspires.com. Among the others today, my boy Jack did very little. Got a little warm again today, but just jogged 1 mile and went off kind of quickly. Combatant, he looked fine. So that's about Ferenc Fire. I want to mention Ferenc Fire because he got very ranked yesterday, his first day on the track. This morning, he was a lot better, a lot more relaxed. Good magic as well broke off this morning in front of the grandstand like he was going to have another real high energy level session, 2-minute licking it like he did yesterday, but he settled into a much more relaxed side going down the backside. Again, an easier day for Good Magic, but he still looks terrific as far as I'm concerned, and enticed as usual. The last one out again about 9:15, looks fine. Routine gallop about 1.5 miles. He too visited the starting gate for a schooling session today. Mendelssohn walked under tack in the shed row at the quarantine barn. He's scheduled to come out tomorrow. We're going to get our first look, everybody anticipating the first look at Mendelssohn on the racetrack. Among the fillies today, I thought Monomoy Girl had a great day. She looked terrific. All the Brad Cox fillies, he's got 3 in the race, train at that real high energy level, much the same we mentioned as Chad Brown's horses do on a regular basis in New York. It seems to work, and I thought Monomoy Girl, she still got that post 14 to overcome, but she was looking fine today. And Midnight Pursuit, she was on the track actually at 7:30 today to school in the paddock, then go out and gallop, and she's scheduled to do the same thing tomorrow. And I'm hearing she's going to have about a 1/4 mile, maybe 3/8 blowout, as she does prior to most of her races, and we'll be on hand to keep a good track and good eye on that. Well, it's close now. We're almost there. Oaks Day, Derby Day, the weather. We talked about the weather at the start of the video. We're going to talk about it now because there is some weather in the forecast. They're calling for rain here Friday, Oaks Day, and into Saturday morning. The racetrack here dries out pretty quickly, so if that rain subsides on Saturday, the racetrack should be fine by Derby time. Might be a little problematic for the Oaks, but we'll keep an eye on that, as we'll keep an eye on everything else going on here with the Derby Clocker Report and everything else at DRF.com and DRF Live, the best coverage of Kentucky Derby 2018.